welcome to my channel. If you haven't gotten a chance already, please make sure you hit that little subscribe button so that way you never miss a video from your girl. But today's video is going to be a little bit different. I want to do a few interview tips, so if you're interested, make sure you stay tuned. Okay, so attending an interview can definitely be a little nerve-wracking, especially if you are someone that just gets nervous and you don't know what to do and you kind of can't stay still. So today I'm going to share a few tips for you guys to hopefully land you the job. So let's get into it. So rule number one, do your research. Researching is definitely important because you want to make sure that you know the company inside and out. Now, you don't have to be like a genius when it comes to the company, but you also want to make sure that you are happy with the company yourself, because after all, if you get the position, that's considered your new home. So you want to make sure that you are happy and can see yourself working in the work environment. So rule number two, dress code. A lot of people are always confused about what to wear. Should I dress business casual? Should I wear jeans? No, you shouldn't. Definitely don't do that. However, no matter what the position is, always make sure that you are dressed to impress. So I highly recommend dressing business professional no matter the position. Number three is to be yourself. Be comfortable. Own it. Now, I'm not saying to go in there and be cocky and act as though you already have the job, which is really not a bad idea, but if you're like overly cocky, you can kind of like walk yourself out of a job, and that's definitely not a plus. So just be comfortable, be yourself, and be aware. Number four is to not talk yourself out of a job. I cannot stress enough that sometimes you really just need to listen and to not talk yourself out of a job. A lot of people do this and it's definitely not a good look for you. Just be aware, be like going back to being aware, just listen to what the interviewer is saying and reply accordingly. And if you happen to have questions, just ask them, but don't cut them off, because that's just me. Now the next thing is to not take your phone. Leave your phone in the car, because first of all, who are you going to text? Who are you going to talk to while you're being interviewed? I think it's just rude, especially if your phone goes off while the interviewer is interviewing you. When you go on an interview, please make sure you have your resume. You will be surprised at how many people forget to bring their resume. And even though you might have submitted your resume to the position that you applied to, 9 times out of 10, the supervisor or the manager that's interviewing you doesn't have a copy of your resume. So please bring a copy of your resume. If not, why are you there? Next, if you have a notebook or a calendar, please make sure you have that with you. You can also take notes while you're being interviewed. Not in a way that it looks rude or come across as rude, but it's just good to write notes to make it seem as though, and to let the employer know that you are serious about the position. Because at the end of the day, if they're considering you for whatever position that they are considering you for, you want to let them know that you want the job. That's the main important thing, don't you think? Next is when you receive a whole bunch of questions from the interviewer and you don't really know how to answer them. Please do not give one-word answers. It just makes it seem like you're trying to keep the interview short and really that you're not that interested. Okay, so next, if you had a negative experience with your past employer, please do not bash your last employer. That's just a negative thing and it brings negative energy to your interview, and it makes the employer that's interviewing you question your work ethic as well as trust whatever that you're saying. So please, even if your experience was a negative experience, just try to word it differently so that way it doesn't make you look bad in the long run, because believe me, it can definitely do that to you. It's very important to just ask for the position. Now, I'm not saying to tell them, okay, well, I will be here next Monday to start my position. No, don't do that, because then they're going to think you're a crazy person. So definitely don't do that. However, you do want to send a follow-up email or just ask them how soon are they looking to fill the position, just to give them a little hint that you want the position. The final portion is to send a follow-up email or to give them a thank you card letting them know that you appreciate their time and that you look forward to joining their team. That's another way of asking for the job, is to just send them follow up and letting them know that you are determined to get this position. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys know what I always say. Until next time, deuces!